guys, on this episode, we're gonna do easy keto meal prep for under $25. Coming up next. Hey friends, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb. I'm pumped for today's easy keto meal prep. It's gonna be under $25. Hello, it's gonna be a great simplicity video for you to clean out your fridge, clean out your freezer, and get a lot of keto meal prep meals done. Let's dive in. So I'm super pumped. This video is in collaboration with Tara's Keto Kitchen. I will link her channel down below. She's having a 7-day keto challenge going on, so go skedoodle over to her YouTube channel and check it out. Now on to today's keto meal prep video, which I'm super stoked about. We're gonna be doing it for 25 bucks. So what I did before filming this video, I went through my freezer, I went through my pantry, I went through all of the things. My friend Frida Family Kim tells me before I start meal prep that I should go through what I have already before purchasing things, and that's exactly what I did today. So I've got my list of items that we're gonna do to get set up for the week and to really get us on the right path for our weight loss journey. If you're following at home with me, do it with me. Meal prep with me. Have this on in the background while you're doing your keto meal prep to help you lose weight. Okay, so to help us on our $25 keto meal prep menu, basically I have a whole list of what I found in my inventory and what I need to have prepped and ready to go. So we are gonna do some bacon, get that all cooked up in the oven. We're gonna cook up some pork belly too. If you've never had pork belly, it's something I would recommend to try. It's good, it's easy, and we're gonna do this really quickly also for our meal prep. I'm gonna get a whole bunch all this cheese, they're like little butts of cheese. We're gonna get all that prepped so my little boy can eat it throughout the week, and my husband and myself for my keto weight loss. We're gonna do some hard-boiled eggs, we're gonna grill some steaks, and we're gonna make lasagna roll-ups. Who's excited? I'm probably the most pumped for the lasagna roll-ups. So let's start off with the lasagna keto roll-ups. The recipe will be in this week's emailed out keto meal plan. If you want to get that, it's down in the description link below. It's Weight Loss Wednesday, where I send you a free keto meal plan every week for free for being part of my Countess of Low Carb community. Okay, for our easy keto recipe, this recipe is going to take you no time flat to cook it for your easy keto meal. Our lasagna keto roll-ups, super simple. The main ingredient that it's gonna be surrounded around is these Costco, is where I got them, cheese folios. It's near the fruit refrigerator at Costco. If you don't have these, you can always use Palmini Noodles, which I will link the Palmini Noodles, say that 5 times fast, Palmini Noodles down below. If you don't have that, then use cabbage. Okay, we have solutions all around. Just modify. That's why I love my easy keto meal preps, and particularly this keto on a budget one for under 25 bucks. Just use what you have. Like, let's use out what we have and be good stewards with our finances. But I'm literally going to use 3 of my cheese folio wraps in this dish. Now, I do have a disclaimer. There's a lot of dairy in this keto lasagna wrap recipe. I would encourage you, if you're having 2 keto meals a day, have your other meal be just meat and maybe a vegetable, or just meat and high fat. Of course, keto is high fat, moderate protein, low carb, but this is a lot of dairy, which can stall your weight loss if you have too much dairy. So I want to make sure I give a good disclaimer with it that don't have too much dairy. You're going to screw yourself if you're trying to lose weight by having too much in a given day. So I will have this, but my other meal will be just fish with some olive oil or butter on top, or grilled steak, and that's basically it in terms of balancing out my keto macros with it. So in terms of ingredients, we're going to go ahead and cook up some sausage, cook up ground beef, cook up some ground chicken if you have that, turkey, whatever protein you have. I like it with the sausage, plus I got an awesome deal on some organic, locally raised grass-fed sausage. Grass-fed, it's humanely raised. It's Jaja. It's some Jaja one from General Harvest. They were gracious enough, had an awesome 50% off sale, and so I stocked up literally with 30 pounds of sausage. So I'm gonna be using that. You're gonna need a cup of ricotta cheese. Make sure it's the whole milk version. We're gonna use some olive oil with that as well. We're gonna use some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna use some baby spinach. We're gonna chop that up because I like the spinach. If you don't want the spinach, great, don't have the spinach. We're gonna go ahead and use some low carb, low sugar tomato sauce. This is from Aldi, 29 cents a can. You can get it, of course, on Amazon, but it's usually $3 or $4 a can. This is 29 cents. This is 1/4 cup is 4 carbs, which is a lot, right? Like that's literally, let's do our math. 25% of our daily carbohydrates is with having 1/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna use it super sparingly, but we do wanna have a little of the zesty tomato flavors in this. And then we're gonna use some cheese. I have a ton of leftover mishmash cheeses from Christmas that I wanna use this out, and it's really random cheeses. We're gonna use that on top as part of this. So let's dive in. I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking up my sausages on my cast iron skillet. And I'm multitasking doing this while other things are cooking. So literally I can squeeze this keto meal prep in a short amount of time and be set for the rest of the week. So literally I'm gonna take the casings off. I just don't like the extra carbs from the sausage that I have. If you're using grass-fed meat, or just ground beef or ground chicken or ground turkey, you'll be totally fine just cooking it up. But I am gonna take these out, and these were frozen. That's one of my keto meal prep hacks. Is buy frozen meat. Save yourself some time and just thaw it out on your one day you're going to be doing your batch cooking. And I love that Kim over at Free to Family talks a lot about her keto meal prep, about batch cooking. I almost just sliced my hand there. That would have made for some good YouTubing. So we're going to go ahead and get these all cooked up, and then we're going to mix in our spinach into this. So I'm almost 6 feet tall. So I'm gonna try to do my meal prep here. So you can see what I'm doing. I have leftover organic spinach from one of my Aldi keto shopping hauls. I'm literally gonna go ahead and cut up the spinach and put it into 2 cups, and we're gonna mix this into the meat that we are cooking. Just gonna cut it into finely little sliced pieces. You guys can't see this. There, done. Chopped, ready to go. And some people are like, Elizabeth, you go so quickly with your keto meal prep. Yes, I do. I have a babysitter coming home with my 4-year-old, and I'm desperately trying to get this done before he comes home, because then it will be loud. And anyone out there with children knows that it's loud. Whenever I get comments of people saying, you're going too fast. Do you not have children at home? How do you get it done? Maybe I need to watch more YouTube videos on that. But so I just got this all. I took a little tour de France there with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the meat mixture, and we're gonna get this sauteed in with the meat. Add your 2 cups of spinach into your lasagna meat that we're cooking here. This is the easiest keto recipe and also a good way to get some potassium in. Of course, there's more potassium in spinach than there is in a banana, so I like to squeeze it in any kind of meals I can. And if you have frozen spinach, that will also do to cook this. I'm gonna go ahead and add a cup of ricotta. I love Fresh Jack's spices. I love them so much. There's pork chop coming over. I'll put Fresh Jack's down in the description link below. I'm gonna add a cup of Italian seasoning in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all together. I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil in here, just because I can tell it needs a little bit more witness to it. I'm also gonna add 1 egg into the recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and add my egg into my mixture. I'm gonna take a pan that's this size. It's an 8x8 pan. I'm gonna go ahead and line it with some olive oil on the bottom. Take your tomato sauce and coat a little bit on the bottom as well. I'm gonna go ahead and take my mixture and add into it the spinach and meat. Okay, I got my meat and mixture into here. Just gonna mix it all around. You can use a cabbage leaf, or you can use your Palmini noodles, or you can use your cheese folio. I'm simply just gonna take my cheese folio, put my mixture in there, kind of like a taco. I'm gonna take it like this, fold it face down, and we're gonna do that 3 different times. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my leftover tomato sauce and put it on the top. So I have all of these leftover cheeses from Christmas. I'm gonna go through. Some of them I'm gonna cut up and put it. Some of them I'm gonna put into little bags so my little boy can have them for his snacks this week, and some of them I'm just gonna grate so I can use them on my lasagna cheese roll-ups. I love freshly grated cheese. for my recipes, it tastes different to me than like the pre-shredded kind. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shred some things up, put them in little glass containers for my son's snack for school, put mine in little containers so it's all set for the week. And then the rest of these cheeses are gonna go in containers so we eat them out this week and don't waste anything. I'm gonna take that full cup of shredded cheese and put it on the top. So for my easy keto roll-ups that are in the oven right now, they've thoroughly cooked. I've literally just turned the broiler on top of it for 2 minutes just to kind of get a crispy, golden, cheesy. I may burn it because sometimes I do that, but I like my cheese a little bit crispy on top, which is why we're putting it in for 2 minutes on high on the broiler. So my lasagna just came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop out a piece of my lasagna. How delicious does that look? I just want to put my face into it. And I'm going to go ahead and use the one steak that I have for my meat CSA, get that cooked up. It'll be all set for this week when the week starts to get busy for my keto lunch or for my easy keto dinner. I'm going to use Fresh Jack's Keto Chop House steak seasoning. I will link that below. Put a little bit of olive oil on top, and then I'm just going to sprinkle my seasoning on one side. When I get ready to flip it, I'll flip it on the other side and put some more of the Fresh Jack's Chop House keto seasoning on it too. So while that's prepping, I'm gonna go ahead and cook some bacon. Bacon can last 4 days in an airtight container in your refrigerator. I like to use, there's a couple different sheet pans. My homegirl at Time to Shrink, Erica, tell me about sheet pans in our easy keto meal prep course that we have. I never used sheet pans before she created these meals in our easy course that we have. If you want our easy keto meal prep, it will be in the description link below. I use the bigger one, which is why I put the smaller one away, to help trap the grease and everything from the bacon that I'm gonna be cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and line my paper. So I'm simply just gonna line my paper with my pan with some parchment paper to catch the grease. And I like to make with my bacon, I like to use bacon knots on them. I like using bacon knots from Marie Emmerich's Carnivore Cookbook. I will link Marie Emmerich's Carnivore Cookbook down below. I've been doing the bacon knots the past few weeks, and the reason why is because it works. Like, it's an awesome, inexpensive keto meal, and it's really easy to do. You literally just make into a knot, loosely formatted, and it gives them some texture to the bacon. It's an inexpensive meal. Again, it can last up to 4 days in the refrigerator in an airtight container. Look, they even can kind of look like Mickey Mouse knots. We should call these not bacon knots. We should call them Mickey Mouse knots. I do recommend for anyone having bacon to make sure you watch the sugar count on it. Y'all, I didn't even check with the Smithfield. Usually I do. And usually, of course, I always recommend organic is best, grass-fed is best, but do the best that you can afford. No guilt, shame, condemnation. Sometimes I get the rudest comments about organic and grass-fed, and I'm like, do the best you can afford, do with what you have. And we usually like to purchase our meat from a meat CSA. In fact, our pork belly that we're gonna be using is from our meat CSA. So there's lots of varieties to get your stuff, but don't judge somebody else for the way that they are doing it, because everyone evolves on this journey. Not everyone, but most people do evolve and change their ways and learn and grow, and we do the best that we can at the time that we're doing it. But so let's get all of our bacon knotted up. And I like these knots, or these Mickey Mouse ears. I should call them Mickey Mouse ears. Like, literally, that's what I'm gonna call them moving forward. My bacon Mickey Mouse ears are easy to dip into guacamole and avocado, which I really like. One of the things the reason why I also like these bacon knots is because my cast iron skillet, which is out of the shot frame, but it's like right there, I found it was literally, you had to do like 3 rounds of cooking, and I don't have time for that. To like cook one, take it off the pan, cook another one, take it off the pan, and with this, I literally just put it in the pan once, put it in 400 degrees, and I'll put it in the oven. I found I like my bacon crispy, so I'm gonna put it in the oven for 17 minutes, and I'll check on it just to make sure it's not like having a grease fire. in there. And I did make my parchment paper a little bit short. Reynolds Wrap pop-up is the best, but for these bigger sheet pans, I find that this is the better one of selection of the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into our oven. My bacon Mickey Mouse ears, I've set my timer for 16, 17 minutes. 400 degrees. I'll go check on that in a little bit, and we're gonna move on to the next keto meal prep item. Again, have you signed up for my free keto meal plan, the keto diet meal plan for beginners? Go do it. If you're trying to lose weight, hello, it's a free meal plan for you. Let's move on to the next item on our agenda. This is not done yet, so I'm gonna give it another 3 minutes. So now that my bacon knots are done, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in an airtight glass container, and they'll be available for up to 4 days. These are nice and crispy, just the way I like it. I find cooking it close to 20 minutes works so much better. Voila, an easy keto snack or keto meal for later on in the week. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my pork belly, get my oven heated to 400 degrees, and get my pork belly all set to go into the oven. And I'm simply going ahead and making like 1/2-inch slices out of my pork belly. I had previously had this frozen from our meat CSA, so it's still a little bit frozen. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my parchment paper here in a minute, just like how I did my bacon, but I'm gonna be cooking it for 60 minutes instead of 20 minutes to ensure that it fully gets cooked. And I'm gonna put my parchment paper down. I will link that down in the description link below if you want Reynolds. I like their long ones for the bigger pans. I'm gonna take my cut up pork belly, and again, these slices are about a 1/2-inch thick, and put them onto my parchment paper. Got my pork belly in the oven also. I've cooked it now for, he's helping me. I've cooked it now for 20 minutes. I'm gonna take it out and flip it over.
This actually looks pretty well cooked.
I'm just only gonna put it in for, I don't know, 5 more minutes or so. It looks pretty well done to me. So I like to get my waters done so they're all set for the week. Then I don't have to worry about having plastic water bottles. I just have my glass bottles. And I use my soda stream to help have some carbonation with my water. If you found this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button, click subscribe, and get my free keto diet meal plan, and check out Tara's Keto Kitchen to see the collaboration video and her 7-day keto challenge down in the description link below. Bye guys, cheers!